What's up, everybody? I'm back. Crash here. Welcome back to Crash Against the Spread, where we talk about sports from a betting perspective. Trying to see if this works. Trying to set up a live stream for these WNBA picks before we get into the NFL season, so I can do live streaming then too. So, just gonna go through the two games real quick, see if that works with everything I got going on here, and let you get about your business. So, being that I'm doing it this way, you can now comment. Hopefully, I can see the comments as they're coming up, things like that. But yeah, we're just going to give it a shot, see what happens. So, we have been betting the WNBA for a couple weeks. Been doing okay. Couple picks here for you. Hit the Valkyrie last night. Hit the under on the game as well, live, but went like 1-3 the night before, and then I had a good night the day before that. So, it's been up and down, trying to get a feel for it, but, we thinking we can pick some winners from these ladies playing. So, first game up, we have the Fever and the Sparks. That's going to be Fever -5, Sparks on the road. Totals at 167. Caitlin Clark hasn't been playing up to her usual standards. I'll put this on this side. She hasn't been playing to her usual standards recently. Last game she had 6 points total, and two other players stepped up so they can win the game against who they play. Irrelevant. But two players stepped up so they can win against Seattle. They beat the Seattle Storm, who were on a roll too. So, but it wasn't Caitlin. So I think we have a bounce back game for Caitlin Clark, especially against this Los Angeles team that hasn't really been anything to write home about, I guess. So, if I can share this screen real quick. So, Los Angeles in their last 10 games are 2-8. Indiana is 5-5. So, Indiana's been playing the best basketball. Like I said, they've just lost the last 2 out of 3 against Golden State and Vegas. And I think that they can pull one out here against the Sparks. Is like the get right game. So Sparks are still waiting on Cameron Brink to come back and get healthy. I think this is a perfect spot for Indiana to get right before they play the Wings, the Lynx, and the Aces again, all coming up in the next 3 games. So I'm going to be on the Fever -5. No real thoughts on the total. They've been playing every other game. It's over, under, over. 3 unders in a row, then over, and another under in the last 10 games. They're generally, it's up and down. It just depends on who they're playing. Sparks, looking at them, they're playing to a lot of overs, so they're probably not playing defense. They're giving up at least 80 points in every game but one, and that was against the Wings, and they gave up 79 points. And that's one of their 2 wins in the last 10 games. So I would say maybe an over in this game, hoping on a Caitlin Clark bounce back, and Indiana -5. Next game up, we have, see if this works here. Boom, Mystics and Aces. Aces 8.5 point favorites at home. Totals at 161. I think the Aces could pull this out. They just played. The Connecticut Sun, and the Sun have not been a very good team to write home about all season long. It was predicted by a couple people, Jay Briggs included, that the Sun would be the worst team in the WNBA this year, and they're proving that right so far. So, you look at this real quick. Connecticut Sun are 2-13 on the season. So, I want to say still got a chance to, turn it around, but that's pretty much falling into the lines of what everybody said they'd be. So, in their last 10 games, Vegas is 5-5, and they were missing Asia for most of that. So she's back now. They're playing a Mystics team that is coming off 2 wins in a row. I think this is a spot where Vegas can win by double digits. So that's what I'm looking at for this game. The other game I think is my favorite game out of the two, but I'd be leaning Vegas in this one. So for sure, no real thoughts on the total in this game. Vegas can put up their points. It just depends on how the Mystics are playing, and if they're going to also put up theirs. No real thoughts on it. So I'm going to go with the Mystic, or the Vegas Aces minus the 8, and the Fever minus the 5.5. So those are going to be my 2 picks. Lock those in. Let's get this money. We'll be back maybe tomorrow. Talk about another 2 games or so. Let's see what we got going on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. 4 games. 5 games. 5 games on Friday. So, we'll look into it, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk some more WNBA.